Hello and namaste, my name is Nidhi Nagori and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're discussing Ireland, the global technology hub of the world and home to many immigrants. A country that has easy immigration process and also has great prospects if you are an immigrant. Also, the best thing about Ireland, you can get your PR in as soon as 2 years. So if you're interested in moving to Ireland, then stick around. Before we move any further into the video, I want to thank Unacademy for collaborating with me on today's video. If you guys have been following my channel, you know how much I stan Unacademy. I'm an absolute loyalist because they have revolutionized the concept of education in India by making it more affordable and accessible for students. It is like the Netflix of education. You pay for one subscription and you get benefits to them all. Today I'm here to talk about their CA Intermediate Group 1 Mahabali batch, which is starting on October 20th. For May 2022 and November 2022 candidates. If you're somebody who's planning to appear for Group 1 Intermediate exam in May 2022 or November 2022, then you should absolutely sign up for Unacademy. Why? Well, because they have live classes, recorded classes, doubt sharing sessions. You can choose which educator you want to go for. If you don't like one educator, you can easily switch on to the next one. And because you also get 10% discount if you use my coupon code CANIDHI. Everything else that you need to know about Unacademy and the batch is in the description box, so make sure to check it out. All right, so now let's come back to Ireland. So 5 years ago, I'd say about 5 to 6 years ago, I saw a lot of my peers and especially seniors moving to Dublin. A lot of them started moving into tech companies, and these weren't just software engineers. These were people who were in finance, who were in HR, who were in admin. So I just remember that their LinkedIn updates were around getting a job in Facebook, Amazon, gaming companies, etc. That's when my interest in Ireland peaked. When I started doing my research for this video, I realized that Dublin is home to about 37,000 immigrants. Yes, that's right, 37,000. And they all contribute towards about $35 billion worth of service export. That's how Ireland became the global technology hub that we know of it today. First, let's talk about why I recommend Ireland and why do I think that this can be a good long-term strategy. For that, we have to first understand what worked for Ireland. The number one reason why Ireland became so successful so quickly is because of its geopolitical location. If you look at the map of Ireland on a world map, you'll notice that it's somewhat in the center, which means it is close to the Americas, it is close to Asia Pacific, and it is also close to Europe. Also, the fact that Ireland knows English and speaks English makes it an easier destination because people from Americas found it easy to work there, similar for people from Asia Pacific. About a decade ago, when UK started closing its borders by not issuing postgraduate work permit to international students and by making their work permit laws tough, that's when Ireland seized upon the opportunity. They've always had politics that encourages foreigners to come in. In fact, you'll realize in this video as we go along, there are so many recruitment specialists that specialize in hiring international talent. That's how Ireland became home to 37,000. Also, the fact that they give PR in 2 years, or as soon as 2 years, makes it a viable destination for any international talent. Now let's understand what our pathways are to Ireland. If you're interested in the Irish life, then according to me, you may have multiple pathways, but according to me, what works the best are two pathways: study and work. In the study piece, I'm also including internships. Ireland is amazing in the sense that it has multiple visas. If you want to do internship in Ireland, there's a different visa altogether for that. So if you don't want to study, you can go on an internship visa. You can find an internship and go on an internship visa. There's also short-term research visa. There's also short mobility visa. So they have a bunch of visas that are in the study category. And then there's the work category, which is, according to me, I'm clubbing all the long-term work that you want to do. So not internships, not short-term research, etc. All of that, the longer-term projects in the work category. First, let's cover the study category that we have. The reason why I recommend Ireland to you if you are a student and if you're considering to study abroad is one, because of the growing number of opportunities. As technology in the world grows, as technology makes us all come closer, and as there's an advent in the kind of technology we use, whether it's artificial intelligence, whether it's machine learning, just remember that Ireland is going to be at the center of all of these developments, which will make Ireland a hub for a growing number of opportunities. Add to that the fact that once you complete your study in Ireland, you can get up to 24 months. So you get up to 2 years to look for a job. You can stay there, look for a job. And by 2 years, I don't mean like you'll be jobless for those 2 years. The way that I've generally seen this work is once people graduate, they take up a survival job until they find something in their field of interest, which can take a couple weeks to a couple months. But the fact that you have that option, the option of staying there for 2 full years and looking for opportunities, that is amazing. Also, the fact that the medium of communication is English, which means you may not have to learn another language. Trust me, this can be tough. I'm somebody who lives in Canada myself, and I have been trying to learn French. It hasn't been going very well. That's completely on me. I'm to be blamed for that. But it is just tough in the sense that, do I think the number of opportunities are less for me in the Toronto area? Yes, absolutely, because in Canada, they have 2 national languages. Most people are fluent in French. Not to say that they will talk to you in French, they probably use English more than French. But if you are fluent in both the languages, then obviously you'll get more opportunities. Similarly, if you are in Europe, knowing the local language is important. So if you're in Germany, knowing German is important. If you're in France, knowing French is important. If you are in Spain, knowing Spanish is important. But what I love about Ireland is that you don't have to know any other language. English in itself is good enough. Also, how do you transition from a student to a permanent resident? Very simple. Once you complete your studies, you then move on to finding a job. Once you find your job, you can then move on to a work permit. Now, this work permit can be of 2 kinds. One is critical skills and one is your regular work permit. I've looked at the critical skills list of Ireland. They have multiple lists. So there is one which is for the entire nation, and then there's one which is for regions. Always remember that regional parts of any country will always have more demand for any kind of profession just because they're low on population density. So of course, Northern Ireland or regional Ireland have way more number of occupations on their list as opposed to Ireland as a nation itself, because Dublin, for example, may not see the same number of shortages. That being said, I did find a bunch of professions on their list. If you are from finance background, I'm pretty sure you're covered. If you're from engineering, I'm pretty sure you're covered. So more likely than not, you are covered. So once you get that job, you then move on to a critical skill visa. You get your PR in 2 years. Now, even if you don't get a critical skill job, that's fine because you can move on to any other job and get your PR in 5 years. I don't think that this is a bad timeline at all. Like 2 to 5 years, this is as good as it's going to get. Now let's talk about internships. As I mentioned, Ireland has an internship visa that you can use. You can find these internships through global organizations like ISEC and IAESTE, if I'm getting it right. But there are also a bunch of other opportunities if you want to go and check. Pay Your Intern is an amazing website in Europe where you can find internships. Also, Google search is your best friend here. See if you can find an internship because those are generally easier to convert. If you are a researcher, you can also move there for smaller projects for short-term research and figure it out if that is your jam. Now let's come to work. How can you move to Ireland for work? These are all longer-term projects. This is proper job. So let's talk about that. I'm going to be giving you 3 websites because I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of information. These websites are amazing and I will list exactly why I love them. My first choice is cpl.com. Just want to mention that these websites all specialize in hiring international talent and domestic talent as well, but they have expertise in hiring international talent. CPL.com, what I love about them, on the top right corner, you'll see there's a submit your CV button. That's what I loved, the fact that it's so easily accessible. It's a very pretty aesthetic website, cute colors. So I obviously like just the view of it. I really liked. And then I liked the button on top that you can just go and submit your resume. Also, any job that they also post the recruiter's name, email, phone number, picture, etc. Here's my suggestion. Don't pick up the phone and call them. Not appropriate, not professional. Send them an email or connect with them on LinkedIn. It may not work for the first job that you apply to, but once you keep in regular touch with them, I'm pretty sure something will click because that's how it works for most immigrants. The next website that I like is recruiters.ie. What I like about this website is that it has more number of jobs and they also have a dollar range or a euro range or pound range written. So you can get a sense of what you're going to make in terms of money. So they have more jobs and I felt like their jobs were a little higher paying than CPL, but I did not like the interface that much. Again, recruiters.ie is also giving you all the information about the recruiter who's posting the job. So you have their name, you have their email, you can find them on LinkedIn, you can add them up. So I think that is a great avenue, which is why I recommend this website. It has a decent number of jobs and the fact that they give the recruiter details, thumbs up. All right, my last and most favorite website is jobs.ie. This is the official Irish government website. Yes, that's right. This is the official job bank, so to say, of Ireland. What do I like about this website? Well, multiple things. First, they collect information from all over Ireland. Second, the fact that they have an entire section for jobs that are more open to foreigners. If you can see this like jobs for foreigners screenshot that you can see, up on the screen right now. They've also put it in multiple categories. So you have engineering, you have finance, admin, etc. And then they've hyperlinked each of these. So you can go and click any one of these and it will then direct you to the jobs that are available in those particular fields. But the fact that they have it on their website, the fact that they're screaming it out loud and saying, all right, we're hiring foreigners in these particular fields, that's what I like about it. And the fact that it's so easy, they've also put like detailed functions that are in each category. So if you're in this category, then you can just go and click, and then you'll find a bunch of jobs that are applicable to you. I don't think jobs.ie has the same user access interface. Like I, as a user, did not enjoy it as much as I enjoyed CPL or as much as I enjoyed recruiters.ie. But the fact that it collects information and data from the entire country makes it a more amenable website in the sense that I could get any information about any job that I want. That way I'm always updated about what's going on. One thing that I do recommend is that you sign up for all the email alerts on these websites. That will make your life so much easier. I, before doing any video, do that same thing. So I kind of keep getting these emails from all these websites, even though I don't need them. But I still have them because I want to see what it's like, how often are they sending these alerts, etc. So highly recommend that. The best thing about moving straight to work is that if you move on a critical skill visa, you can get your PR in 2 years. And if you're on a regular work permit, then 5 years. That's what I exactly love about these countries, which are making immigration so much easier. On that note, we have come to an end to our island discussion. Let me know in the comments below how you liked this video. I'm also leaving some links in the description box for you. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below, subscribe to my channel, and comment your thoughts. Also, if there's anything specific that you'd like to see, if you want to know anything more in details, please let me know that as well. And lastly, don't forget to check Unacademy out. Promise to see you guys in the next video. Until then, make sure you stay safe, take care of your loved ones.